Okay, well, hello everybody. It is again Eric Smith, and I want to make sure we're perfectly clear tonight. This is not the Cross and the Crescent Discussion Group. Tonight we're going to be doing an interview with our friend Beholdergaurd, but Beholdergaurd and I have kind of agreed to call him Zayid because Beholdergaurd, that's kind of too much of a mouthful. It's like saying Dr. Eric Smith, no, just Eric is fine. But we're going to be doing a interview, or well, it's basically an interview about some issues that he's been having with Imam Kenny Bomer out of Houston, Texas. Of course, we've well documented what Kenny has done, said, and threatened other people, namely myself, but other people that are on this show and this panel. And this is, I've pointed out continuously, this is basically what a bully does. And last week, Beholdergaurd, out of the blue, emailed me and asked me to come onto the show, or at least do a live stream, as to provide his side of the case, to provide what evidence that he has about Kenny Bomer's GoFundMe page and his experiences with him. And just about everybody that's on the panel said no, don't give him a platform to do this. And I actually did. I did pray about this, because this is somebody that, and Beholdergaurd, Zayid and I had a conversation prior to the show that, and he brought up the topic that he had threatened me to come after me and my job before, and he like a decent human being would, knowing that that's just not the right thing to do. There's a time for discourse, and there's a time to go after people. And what we do is we talk to each other, and we have these discourses. And he did provide that apology, and I do appreciate that. So what we want to do first is we want to set a foundation here. I want to ask Beholdergaurd a couple of questions before he gets going on what he has and what he's I don't want to say discovered. That would be let's see, Beholdergaurd did a video. Chris, and we did discuss that in the pre-show. And he deleted it, and we're hoping to discuss that a little bit further. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what happened yesterday with the Imam. The Imam threatened Zayid with he called him an apostate and a traitor in a video, because he's going to come onto this show, and Beholdergaurd won't go before a shura council, which is supposed to be some type of trial. I call it a dog and pony show, because that's exactly what it would turn out to be if Kenny Bomer has anything to do with that. What I want to ask you is that if you're called an apostate or called a traitor to Islam, and just by appearing on this show, this is what they're accusing you of. And believe me, we haven't discussed, and we're probably not going to discuss any type of theological issues tonight, because we know we have differences, and we don't need to get into it and tear each other's guts out over that. But what I want to know is, does this pose any type of immediate threat to you, whether that's physically, financially, culture, like socially, economically, or anything at all, him making this threat to you?
Well, first of all, good evening to everyone who's watching, and if there's any Muslims in the chat, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we agreed, we're not going to discuss anything theological. We do have our differences, but I might have to touch on a few things, but only to prove a point. Fair enough? Very briefly. Okay. So, before we get to that, I did issue an apology offline, and I'm doing it also online, because what I said to Eric is due to the fact that, and I'm not saying this is an excuse, this is the actual truth, and there's a person here with us, Radical Moderate. I don't know if you can hear us. Are you there? Okay, probably stepped away. And I'm not saying this is an excuse, but Radical Moderate and Chris themselves, they will verify that when I hate to say something, I say it straight in your face. I don't care. My etiquette goes to zero at that point, but at least I'm honest. Even my opponents, know that whatever I have to say, I say it straight in their face. So the truth is that people who listen to KB get manipulated. They get brainwashed. And when I realized that this was happening, I'm like, wait a minute, let's take a step back. What evidence does KB and his cronies have? What evidence do they have that Eric is doing what he's doing? That's point number one. So that's why I issued an apology, a sincere apology to Eric, which I believe he accepted.
Absolutely.
And he seems like a very reasonable guy to me. Personally, I don't know. We've had we've spoken only once in the past.
We
On
had
the
a
show?
live stream on Kenny Bomer's show. We had an introduction. It was after one of the debates.
You spoke for like what, 2 minutes?
Not very long. It was like
Not
10 to
very
1
long.
though.
Yeah, nothing.
It's
Yeah,
ganging up on me that night, which is fine. I mean, you expect that.
Yeah, you would expect that, of course. That's point number one. Point number two, because I made a mistake in the past, and I admit my mistakes. Remember what I told you before we came online about Chris?
Yes. Yes.
What did I do?
You went and deleted that video that you had made about him and his kids, or that included his kids in the video.
Now, this is regardless of if Chris forgives me or not. Regardless, I did that because why? Because it's the right thing to do. Okay, great. Now that that's off my shoulder, what was the question again? Oh yeah, apostasy.
Yep. Are you going to get your head
That's
whacked about this week?
ridiculous. That is ridiculous because now here's the irony. In Islam, and these are the brief points I'm going to touch upon, if you call someone else a disbeliever, it returns to you. So it returns to Kenny, not to me. I didn't call him a disbeliever. I never said that. One thing that I've said about Kenny is that he is a hypocrite in certain aspects. Feel free to fire your questions. And
let me just jump in here real quick. Yeah, sure. he did takfir you, and he did use specific word. He called you an apostate, and he actually called you a traitor. No, what I'm saying to you, dude, I would say these are like death threats. I mean, he's expecting somebody to come out and come and clip you. You know what I mean?
Not the first time that he death threats me. Not the first time.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure for your safety and everything. That's all, you know. But
okay, then it's case closed. Then it returns back to him.
All right. Okay. I mean, Kenny Bomer is the extremist Kenny Bomer warns us about the more we learn about him. But anyway, go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry to interrupt the show.
Yeah, I wanted to. Okay, let's just go back to the beginning. You know, how did you get started out on Kenny's channel? How did you get started out engaging with this guy?
Okay, so one of my fans from YouTube many years ago, he came and he visited me here in Athens, Greece. And then he left. I went, I met him. He had a beautiful kid, a very nice wife from some African country. I can't remember where exactly. Anyway, that's not important. And a few years after he left, he sent me a message on Facebook telling me that he appeared on this show, and it was KB's show. So I wanted to watch the brothers, discourse, online. I was happy for him. And once I logged online and I saw the show, I think it was the first one I saw was offline. And then I caught them at some point. They were online. And this is how it started. This is how so he was the one who introduced us.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I wish it never happened. I wish I could go back in time and delete that moment. I swear to God.
I think we all have the same feelings about Kenny on that one. Wish I never would have ran into him. But when was this? What was the time frame? I mean, was this a couple years ago?
About a year and a half ago, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. About a year and a half. Okay, I mean, if you go back to his videos, at some point when I start appearing, sorry, Eric, I cut you off.
No, that's all right. I was just going to say that's about the time that I had that interaction with you on Kenny's show when I think Chris was debating Ijaz Ahmad, or not Ijaz Ahmad that night. He was debating Nadir Ahmed, I think it was over Muhammad in Deuteronomy 18:18.
So, yes, I remember that.
Okay,
yeah, that's what it was about.
Now,
we repeat exactly the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, that's basically what it led to. So with the Shura Council, I guess there's two questions here. Okay, with the Surah Council, the first one is what? Just tell us what it is and what the punishments can be of it, and then why come to this show? Why come to this platform instead of going through that? That's I guess that.
First of all, he's taking it out of context. This is a matter of dispute about serious stuff, serious treason. And if you read the context from chapter 42, verses 36 to 42, you'll see that it's not talking about I discovered Kenny Bomer's scam, so I exposed him because he took money from people. That's an issue which must be dealt. And so far, KB hasn't provided any single shred of tangible, strong, irrefutable evidence which we could verify. You want me to go through it and tell you just a few of it? Yeah. One of the many things that he said, and I hope that he's listening. And let me respond very quickly. Yes, I am Muslim, for the person who asked in the chat.
Kenny is listening. We all know he's listening. He hasn't commented yet, but yeah, he has.
Of course, he has inferiority complexes.
Oh, dude, yes.
I am here to clarify a few things. Number one, I didn't come here for kufr, as he said, which returns back to him. That's the irony. And number two, I came here to give the correct timeline. And since they asked me, and I'm willing to oblige, to show you some evidence of why I believe personally, with all my heart, that this fire thing never happened. Okay? So, this thing began, I actually wrote it down, when I went and I made a comment on Charles Doyle's stream. Now, the comment was mentioned, I said it in a very bad way. Not that it was not factual. I stated facts, but I said it in a bad way. What I said was that my brothers and sisters in Turkey, whether they are Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Jews, whatever, they have this cultural thing. Well, and I don't know why they do it. They exchange the A with an E. Excuse me. Now, as a person who has taught language at language centers and schools, I know how important it is to pronounce things correctly. That's point number one. Point number two, from the third caliph of Islam, when he gathered all the manuscripts and he destroyed them because there were variants in the way people were writing down how they were listening to the Quran in order to standardize it. I gave that in my second video the next day. And they accused me of racism. It was not a racist comment. It was a factual comment, but it was stated in a very bad way.
Let me ask you a question. Let me just stick with that for a second, because I had thought about that. I said, okay, so these are people from Turkey, right?
Yes.
Okay. How much? I'm trying to think of the ethnic differences. If you're going to call, racism is a charge that normally people make about people of different ethnicities. So if you guys live the two, you cannot discern, and this is just some white kid from Iowa, I guess, but I cannot discern the ethnic differences between somebody from Greece and Turkey. So how can you have a charge of racism be made against you? That seems like a stereotypical aspersion or some type of labeled something they want to label for you to try to keep you quiet. Because they call us racists and bigots and all kinds of folks on this show all the time. Just to keep us quiet. And it's just like we don't care. But Eric, I want to know what the difference is between
you want to know the irony of the whole situation? These people jump to conclusions without even asking about me.
Sure.
Like, he's a racist. Wait a minute. Hang on. This is one of my notebooks. I've showed this in the past when I made a 3+ minute. Can you imagine someone apologizing for 3 minutes plus? Can you imagine that? I showed this in the past. This is my notebook where, what am I doing here? I'm learning Turkish. You see that?
Yeah, I can see that. I can read that.
Point number one. Point number two, Greeks love Turkish serials. You know, these soap operas, etc., etc. This is one of my bags. It's heavy. I'm going to take out one of these and show it on camera, live. Sorry. You recognize this?
Can't say.
It says Magnificent Century, Suleiman.
Okay.
This is a Turkish series. Could you imagine? Now, could you imagine a racist in inverted commas who is actually learning the language that he inverted commas hates and he's a racist towards, and watching their series? Come on, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Would I be a racist if I was learning their language and watching their series? This is one of my favorite series.
So, I need to jump in here. If I can jump in here. So, okay, from what I've been able to piece together. So, basically, you made a comment on Charles Doyle. He's someone special. Yeah, he's someone special. About the way Turks pronounce certain words in the Quran, etc. That triggers him. He freaks the hell out, right? I mean, okay, freaks the hell out. And then I remember watching one of your videos where you actually have Kenny, a conversation that you had with Kenny, and Kenny said, "No, there's nothing racist about that. I don't find that racist at all." Stuff like that, and everything seemed to be sorted. But then what happened? You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what happened.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happened. KB has accepted and has admitted that apology was sincere. He has admitted it 3 times in public, 2 times in private. That's a total of 5 times. Yet he continues on this rhetoric that I know that I know that he made a racist comment, and he made a racist comment, racist person. Come on, that's hypocrisy. That's one-sided.
I'm trying to figure out the other thing. So you had a conversation with Kenny regarding, because evidently, I don't know, I'm thinking Charles, and Charles is not a stable individual, in case you haven't figured that out yet. Okay? But Charles just kind of led the charge on this. And Kenny Charles and Kenny, they made a whole video where Charles called Kenny out. You know what I mean? Okay? Because Kenny was actually defending you. Am I wrong on this? Okay? By saying, no, he really didn't make a racist statement. That's what I'm kind of getting at. Is that the order of events?
Yeah, they were, all 3 of us were going in circles. But the thing is, let me go to my timeline here. I followed up with a video. I went to the Coverfef channel and went that 3 minutes plus sincere apology. Charles decided to make a video about me, which I DMCA'd, and I brought down immediately. He even threatened me that I would have to take it to Kenny Bomer and get a strike on Kenny Bomer's as well. So I gave Kenny Bomer a chance to take it down before anything else. But he decided to put the video on private, and then he lied that he deleted it, and I have proof of that. There's evidence that's still on his channel today. And after I DMCA'd Charles' video, he made a 3-hour stream. Not all the stream was about me, but he touched on in the beginning and towards the end. And what made it worse is that Muslim sister, instead of going there to calm him, she went and she made it worse. And when I watched that, I went totally berserk. Totally berserk. So I decided, hang on, where am I? Yeah. I went and watched the entire stream. I decided to research Kenny Bomer and Charles, Charles and Kenny Bomer as a precaution, because I know, and I was fed up of his, I have nothing to do with it, this fake attitude.
Oh, that's something we got to get into. That's something we got to get into.
I knew that he, and I mentioned it in that video, if you remember correctly, I knew that he had created the affiliate channels and his hired or he convinced others to do his bidding, just to attack people whom he had promised not to attack. For example, Hassamo, Eric, etc. You know that they have a special bromance with Hassamo. You know that.
Okay, I don't know who Hassamo is. But hold on.
He hired other people to attack him.
Let's touch on that for a second, because you brought up something that we've all noticed he doesn't. I have nothing to do with this. This is not. I'm only responsible for me. So it seems to me, going with the sequence of events, going with the sequence of events, you trigger Charles, who is not stable at all, seriously. Mm-hmm. Charles just happened to be Kenny's revert, if I understand it correctly, so he's got this special affinity to him or whatever. Charles then brings in Katerina and others because Kenny is like, no, you didn't say anything racist. You know what I mean? Trying to smooth it over. See, Kenny is for Kenny. Okay, if it benefits Kenny, he's all about it. If it doesn't benefit Kenny, then he'll throw you under the bus, as you have found out. Okay, but here's
you mentioned that.
Well, yeah, but I can. Well, but here's the thing. Okay,
I just want to point out that Nim Hassamo is Sam Shimon.
His real name is really Hassamo. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I didn't know if that was is that a state secret or.
I don't know, but anyway.
No, it's public. It's public. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it.
All right.
Okay. So getting back to this. So Kenny used to come on Eric's show, regardless of everybody who told him not to for years. Me being specifically, okay, for like 3 years. Okay, I think it's been okay, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, okay, out of nowhere, he joins him with this dude Marshall. Back in June of last summer, 2020, yeah, 2020. Because this guy Marshall, okay, he was the cyber jihad attack. Oh, that's another thing. Kenny denies that he's part of the cyber jihad group. Do you know anything about that? The cyber jihad.
Let me.
Well, hold on.
This reminded me of something amazing. Regarding that guy.
I want to hear this, Brad.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me continue on this. Well, anyway, Kenny would. So Marshall would launch these cyber. I mean, dude, you know me, right? On Facebook. Well, you know me from Pell Talk, right? Okay. Okay. Dude, I've never been banned from Facebook until I had my first interaction with Kenny. We can trace it back to the exact date, okay? Because why? Because that's the first time I called into Eric's show. Why did I call into Eric's show? Because of Kenny, okay? All right? Okay? So we would sit there and say, dude, would you tell Marshall to knock it off with the cyber jihad? Because my family Facebook account has now been deleted because of all this crap, okay? I mean, seriously, Facebook finally said, enough of you, we're done, okay? All right, because of all the attacks on me. Anyway, okay. So you have So he's doing all this stuff. He's actually bragging about it on Kenny's show, the Cyber Jihad Group. And we confront Kenny about it. Kenny says, "Hey, that's Marshall. I have nothing to do with that. That's not me. I'm only responsible for me, right?" But then we find out he's an admin in the Cyber Jihad Group. He still said, "I'm not doing it." Now, here's the thing. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, okay, he comes in and he starts, because Marshall was doing this. Right now, I'm going to show up at your place of work. We're showing up with a Muslim mob. We're going to protest and picket. We're going to have bullhorns and stuff, blah, 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 right? Okay? And then all of a sudden, Kenny jumps in. And Eric responds, and we got the email. Eric responds, dude, we've been hearing this from Marshall for over 3 years now. You're not going to do it. Kenny responds, said, "Oh, I'm all about it. You don't mean because I'm all about it. We're going to do it." And he's sending flights are cheap. He's sending screenshots. I'm booking my flight right now. Flights are cheap due to COVID.
Yeah, I remember.
Blah, blah, blah.
I remember.
All that stuff. So, okay, anyway. Okay, so that's why I initially started this brief investigation on him. Okay? And that's why I got the same. By the way, did anybody from the CNC give you any of this information? Or did you get it like I got it? Basically, just contacting the people, right? Okay. Anyway, that's beside the point. Because Kenny seems to think that's another thing.
That guy Marshall is very unstable, and I want to play to you a voice message from Marshall Gregory.
Okay, go ahead. I want to hear this.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. He's a total crackhead.
Can you hear this?
Yeah.
After all the evidence my wife presented to me, and I looked over everything. I kept open mind on both sides, and I back you 100%. Aki. I hate this breaks my heart, man, because me and Kenny were kind of close. I did lots of strategic planning for him. I helped him consider this TV, launching it and whatnot. But we're gonna start a new channel called Hot TV. Not consider this TV Hot TV. you do consider nothing, this is just very hot. We'll come with the hot TV and the big to North America. So inshallah, we'll open Islamic Center here in the next few months, inshallah. Anyways, give me a call back, baby.
So Marshall's on your side. So Marshall and Kenny have had the outs. Then.
Wait. Here's the fun part. Here comes the fun part. Now I'm jumping ahead on my timeline, but okay, no problem. Right. Marshall sent me this message. Sorry, when did he send me this message? He sent it to me on the 11th of August. However, he had already conspired against me with Kenny. How? On one of Kenny's streams. Now look at how fake this guy is, and I'm exposing him now. This guy. Whenever he gets a call, if you notice, he always mutes his mic. But coincidentally, when he was making that stream, which saying that Zayid Karam was harassing, by the way, I wasn't harassing and I wasn't threatening, and I think Eric confirms that. And even the screenshots confirm that. I didn't even know his age. I asked him in the end, how old are you? In the end. That's when I was like, uh-oh, a minor is gonna get in trouble. So I canceled the investigation. I started an investigation. I talked to the district clerks. I started, and then I canceled them. I said, sorry, I just canceled. I have the emails to prove everything that I say. It's all true. Okay, anyway. And okay, wait, I can prove it. So, at some point, Kenny gets a call, and coincidentally, he doesn't mute his mic. You know why? Because if you've studied psychiatry, a liar always tries to prove his case no matter what, and makes up these ridiculous lies, and he tries to stage stuff. This was staged. Now, if you go to his...
Hey, hold on. What was staged? You didn't clarify that, because I think, Rad, if you look at question number 10, we had a whole bank of questions we were going to ask you, but...
Yeah, we're skipping over, but go ahead. This is going with it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This part is amazing. Because at some point in that stream, when he receives the call from his ex-wife's husband...
He was doing a live stream, correct? He's doing a live stream.
He was... I think it was either a live stream or he was making the video. But it doesn't matter. While he was making that video, coincidentally, he received a call from Connie's new husband. Go and play it.
Yeah.
And there is a reason why I played this voice message.
Dude,
it was Marshall Gregory pretending to be Connie's new husband.
Did I not say that? It was Marshall. Did I not say that? I said it was Marshall. Did I not?
Stop. I didn't catch it. I'm sorry. I didn't catch it. I was writing something. What was that again?
Point number 1, Kenny Bomer always mutes his mic when he gets a call.
Sure.
But coincidentally, inverted commas, on that video, which was staged, he didn't mute his mic. Why? Because he wanted the viewers to be deceived.
Right. Okay.
And he got a call from Connie. Her name is Connie. We all know that by now. Connie Trevino. He got a call from Connie's new husband.
Right.
If you play the video and after hearing this, I can send this to you if you want. You can save it. I have it saved. So even if Marshall Gregory deletes it from our chat, I still have it. It was Marshall Gregory pretending to be Connie's new husband. Go and listen to it.
Dude,
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it the first time, but then I listened to it the second. I was like,
I have voicemail software. Yeah, I actually do have voicemail software. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, send that to Eric. But remember, I told you that, Eric, when we were watching. Oh, by the way, no, it wasn't live stream. He actually says in that video, "I'm sorry, it's not live stream. I know you guys are all used to me live stream, but I was making this recording, and all of a sudden my wife called me." Okay, is what he says. Right. But remember, I said that in our Skype chat. I'm like, dude.
I know, but Brad knows. I think Brad's crazy. I think.
I am crazy. I am crazy.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is actually what happened. It was on the 23rd of July, 2021.
No. Okay. Anyway. So I'm gonna get. So that's a bombshell right there. And yeah. Anyway, let me get back to my thing here. So this, we had this thing with Kenny. I did the investigation. I found, all the stuff that you found out independently of my own. Obviously, I mean, you made a video of it where you got the emails and stuff. But so I put together this report and everything. And the whole reason we did it, I mean, we knew about Kenny and the wife abuse stuff for years. Okay. I mean, that was the first thing I found out about him when I had my brief interaction with him on Facebook. People sent me all the links and stuff, but we ignored it because it's no big deal. We don't care. You know what I mean? Whatever. He said, she said, crap happens. Okay. Well, anyway, so we put this stuff to give to Eric's supervisor to say, these are the people that are contacting you. They're totally and completely unstable. They're insane. Do not listen to anything they say, right? Well, then, because it kept it up and kept it up. So then we're finally like, well, why not go public with it? Why not share this with everybody to show, all these Christians that, because Christians were, going on the show to debate him, we're going to show them this is who Kenny is, 15 minutes before we were go live, we get Eric gets a call from Sam Shimon, okay, saying, dude, I just had a heart-to-heart with Kenny. He doesn't want you to, air this public information. It was a very painful time in his life, right? Blah, blah, blah. Sam and Kenny bromance, so we're having two horrible ex-wives, okay? Whatever. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Red, you're breaking up. You're lagging.
You're breaking up.
Okay,
Red. Sounds like you're like in a pipe or something.
Yeah, go, Red. Log in, log out, come right back. Just
first place. Can you actually email?
Red, you're lagging, brother.
Robert, you're lagging.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, but you were
lagging.
lagging.
Let me fix that. See, the problem is the VPN. Let me fix that. That's why you had that problem the other week or whatever. Okay, anyway. All right. So
one something very quick. He also said, make sure you give him my number. Okay, Kenny Bomer, give me his number. Give me his number. I'm waiting.
All right. Okay. So anyway,
new husband, new number.
All right. So let me get back to this. So we decide not to air this information. Kenny sends Eric an email, this apology email, saying, "Hey, I'm sorry. I had no intention of ever showing up your place of work, right? Okay, I was only
no. He did not send me anything. I did not get anything after the phone call with Sam. I did not.
Oh, really? No, we got emails. No,
it
I'm
was
pretty
before,
sure.
No, you're talking early October.
Okay, right.
No, I was kidding, and I wasn't going to do anything like that. And then the very next day, he's right back at it again.
So, yeah. No, that's nothing. So
it doesn't matter. It doesn't. I mean, that's just.
No. Hold on. Anyway, so we decided, that we're not going to air this information, and I was very specific in my response to him. Okay, I said, okay, we will hold back this information as long as you or no one from your Consider This TV network or anyone on your panel comes after Eric and his job again. Okay? And we left him alone. We didn't have any interaction with Kenny from October of 2020 until basically, May of this year, end of May of 21. Eric made some show about Kenny supporting Hamas or something like that.
No. I went on Kenny's live stream. And
that's what
I just typed a question into the chat about. Notice how Kenny does not define terrorism. We were talking about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Right.
And he just immediately starts attacking me. I mean, immediately, like, oh, this is Eric who calls himself the kafir. This is a guy who's a known Islamophobe. And I'm like, well, wait a second. I just made a comment, and all of a sudden, this is attack. And then I said, and then it just spiraled out. It doesn't matter.
Well, okay, no, it does matter. Hold on, it does matter because all of a sudden, in the first week of June, this is the end of May, the first week of June, out of nowhere, that Charles guy posts the same picture that Kenny and Marshall were sending to Eric with the phone number and everything. Yeah, sends it and posts this on Facebook, encouraging Muslims, call in. This is a hater. Eric Smith, I'm giving you the ultimatum. Either you give up your your racist Islamophobic thing, or you get fired from your from your job. Okay?
Kenny tried that crap on me too. Ultimatum, giving me ultimatums.
So no, he directs this stuff, right? No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's public.
Go ahead. Really?
And the last thing that he did was this atheist from Canada. Now we're jumping back and forth, but no problem. That the atheist from Canada tried in vain, but then she embarrassed herself because she was actually showing private messages between myself and Katrina, which proved. Remember what I told you about my account getting hacked?
Yeah. Well.
I have the emails to prove it.
All right. So
But she gave me her conditions. Number one, you apologize to me. Not going to happen. Number two, because I stated facts that she used foul language. Number two, you apologize to Katrina. Not going to happen because that woman she's trouble. Okay, I'm trying to be as polite as possible here, but I have to say something about her. And number three, that I go to the Shura Council. Isn't that manipulation from Kenny Bomer?
It's bullying.
Yes, it is.
I call it
bullying.
Bullying.
Oh, and by the way, Kenny doxed me.
Of course,
many times.
Yeah,
many times.
Well, no. This is what I want to get.
Number, and now it's public, and he gave my email.
See, this is what I want to get to because you said something. You said, "Oh, Kenny, I remember one of your videos. You said, Kenny, don't you remember that you started the whole network so you can get other people to attack, Sam Shimon or whatever?"
Yeah, I said that.
Okay?
I said that.
Okay,
yes.
and not only that, but
And
Charles actually said that.
He's so butthurt because that's the only thing that bothered him. Everything else, my attack on Charles and Katrina, he has no problem whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
But as soon as I mentioned him, his ego was killing him.
Well, what I'm trying to get at here, can you confirm this? Okay, our suspicion.
Confirm what? Confirm what?
Okay, that Kenny gets other people. No,
I'm the one who mentioned it.
Yeah, first. No, that's because also Charles mentioned it too. He actually says in their little 5-hour hate fest with each other over you. And Charles actually said, "That's what you do, Kenny. Yeah. That's what you do, Kenny. You get other people to attack other people." So no, that's what he does, right?
Actually, he's manipulative. I can't lie. I don't remember. Remember that. I didn't hear that. I don't know if it was on the stream that it was 3 hours. Maybe I missed it because I was paying attention to things that.
No, you weren't there. No, you were not invited to. No, this is you were not invited. You were not on this. This is This is where they were having an airing of grievances of their network, and they made it public for some reason. I don't know why. But Charles said it. Charles said, you use a network. You use other people to go after Sam. That's why you have C.L. Edwards in here to go after Sam. So you don't have to do it personally. So no, that's what he does. So in other words, it's not a coincidence that all of a sudden this dude Charles that nobody knew about all of a sudden gets all this information same information that they've been sending to Eric. So I mean,
so this is what Kenny does. So this is what Kenny does. He gets cornered because he tries to manipulate a person from losing his job, aka Eric, without any evidence. This is something that really bothered me, and I consider it to be injustice, and I stand against injustice regardless of who it is. And by the way, we are taught to speak the truth even if it's against us. So there you go. And this is what I practice. I really believe that. So, number one, he tries to play his game. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, great. Oh, yeah, Radical's mic is a little bit strong. Okay, great. And then it went off. I was like, it's too quiet. Okay. Anyway, so he tries to play this game. He gets cornered by your team, and he reaches out to Sam for protection. Sam reaches out to you. They make a special agreement not to attack each other. Sam then tries to do the same with me, but he sees that I don't care. That's a different story. Okay, let's brush that aside. But then he says, okay, what can I do? I still want to attack these guys. I still want to damage these guys. What am I going to do? Aha! I will hire henchmen to do it. And that's what he did. as long as I stay, I'm not responsible for what the affiliates do. They have their own channels, they have their own views, and we're going to make a disclaimer. Come on, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
All right, well, thank you for confirming what we all know, man. I mean,
I'm the one who first discovered it and mentioned it in public.
No, that's what you said. He's a manipulator, and dude, I told him. So back in the day, I told Kenny, and I mean this as a compliment. Back in the day, I would have put the dude on the crew. Okay, I mean, because I know guys that will sit there and get your wallet from you. That's Kenny. I mean, he will actually convince you to give him your wallet, your watch, and everything, and you won't even know you're doing it. I mean, he's that good. I mean, he will con you and not even, you know what I mean? Except those that know. Anyway, go ahead, Eric. Let's bring it back to more focus. Sorry,
yeah. No, okay, I just wanted to circle back here. Okay, so why won't you go before a shura council? Why reach out to me as opposed to a shura council? Did we address this? Because we were doing all kinds of other things here, and I just wanted to fit, because as soon as we get done with this is when I want you to start presenting what you would present to one of these council. I'm not sure how they operate. All I know is it would just be a big hot mess.
It's something that I've never been to ever in my life. But according to my logic, I would never to go to such an unfair trial. I'll tell you why it's unfair. Because I have already presented what I have found, which puts doubt in the validity of KB's. We're getting some feedback. KB's case, and he hasn't presented what he has promised to present. I challenged him to send me that fire report, which he produced after 20 business days. He said 10 business days, it took double the time. As soon as I saw it, I was laughing off. I'm not going to say laughing what? I'm going to try to keep it as civil, as polite as possible. I think you know the phrase. Laughing my LMAO, basically. When I saw it, I knew it was a forgery right away. I knew it. I knew he was going to do that. I know his psychology. I know how this guy thinks. He got a big ego, huge ego. There's no comparison between KB's ego and the sins of the world. Believe me, his ego is much bigger, way bigger. So here's where he trapped himself. At one of his videos, actually at least two of his videos, he said, I will make sure that Zayid Karam gets a hold of a copy of that report. Well, you have the report, send it to me. Scan it and send it to me. You have the means. Why don't you send it to me? You know why? Because he heard from one of his cronies, whom I mentioned to, and I shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. He heard that at some point in my career, in my teaching career, that's where we're similar with Eric, and I understand your position, not, as like colleagues. He heard that at some point I was helping the authorities to find fabricated documents. The reason why I got involved into that is because I was teaching two students, a girl and a boy, and both of their parents were high-ranking police officers. One of them is retired now, the other is still active. The mother, she's still active. And because she knows that I speak many languages, and she knows that I'm experienced in teaching, and I've been around diplomas, etc., all my life, she actually told me, could you volunteer in this? Hi, Chris. And I did. And I have an experienced eye. I can tell a forgery when I can see one. Now, Kenny Bomer accused me that I haven't even seen the report. Then why do I have screenshots of it? It's from his own stream. This guy's such a, sorry for the word, he's a dumbass. Total dumbass. And let me show you something real quick. This is my birth certificate. I was born in Cyprus. This is Cypriot and Turkish. You notice that? You notice this? What's this?
Some type of seal. I can't read it.
It's a seal. It's a seal.
Sure.
This is from the Cypriot embassy of Athens. I had to get a copy of this because I'm preparing everything which I'm going to need for my marriage, which is coming up. I'm getting married. Yay. Anyway.
Congratulations.
What's the point I'm trying to... Thank you. What's the point I'm trying to make here? If you notice that report, not only is it forged, and it's obvious that it's forged, he used computer graphics to make it, but there's no seal on it. No seal, no signature, nothing. And he won't send it to me because he knows I'm going to catch the forgery. He knows it.
Okay, so the report that he produced is what you're saying does not have any type of seal, raised seal on it. Saying
No
that
seal, no seal, no signature. Oh, and no names. He also mentioned there's going to be names of the occupants and the house owner. None of it.
Okay, so let me.
I have a picture of it.
Okay, so just because something does not have a seal on it does not necessarily mean it's not an authentic document. Not if you have a report. Let me just hold on. Just have a report. I used to be in law enforcement, so I know when you give out copies of reports, the copies that you give out, each copy does not necessarily have to have a seal or a copy of a seal on it, indicating that it is an authentic document. The only time that would be necessary if it's going to be brought into a court of law, then each of the documents are going to have to be, of course, authenticated, and that's when. Yeah,
let me just chime in here on this. He only showed one page of it, which just shows that there was a fire at that location. The document may not be forged, but we don't know yet. Okay, all we know is that there was a fire at that location on the date. Was it January 12th? Okay. But I think you got.
Hold on. What?
Yeah, this is January 12th, right?
January 12th. Right?
Now, this is where I'm getting to because, dude, you sent us this information, and I'm blown away by this. This is damaging. I think this is the most damaging right here. Okay, because you did your own investigation, I guess. Well, I don't want to say you followed me, but you went into places, and again. Did anybody, you know what I mean? We didn't feed you any information. You know what I mean? As Kenny is saying, et cetera, okay? But bottom line, because you contacted the same people that I contacted. You know what I mean? Because it's really simple to do. Anyway, point being is this, okay? Okay. When I first saw Kenny's thing, I'm like, this is the most unluckiest dude ever, or there's something wrong here. So I called everybody, tried to find out there was a fire on January 1st, right? Okay. On January 1st, right? Okay. And I found no information that there was a fire on January 1st. I did find out that there was a fire on January 12th, which you also found out, right? Correct?
Okay, we're back.
I'm sorry?
Well, the signal got lost for a few seconds. Maybe it was on my end.
Well, I'm saying, so I found out that there was no fire on January 1st, right? Because that's what initially he posted on his GoFundMe page. That my house, my on January 13th, I believe is the date, he made the GoFundMe page on January 13th. And he said, my wife's house burned down, okay, on January 1st, correct? Okay. Well,
and he said that it was a Wednesday.
Yeah, it was, I didn't even notice that. Dude.
Okay. January begins on a Friday.
I didn't even notice that. Anyway. So January 1st, okay. All right. So I called around, and dude, I remember I spoke to the waitress at the local barbecue diner. Okay, I think it was a barbecue joint.
I remember it.
Or maybe some other place. I don't know. But she's like, hold on, it's lunchtime. Anybody heard of a fire on January 1st? No, nobody heard of a fire. I talked to the librarian. I talked to everybody. Okay. Yada, yada, yada. And you got the phone number.
Yeah. Kenny mocked you on that. He made a mockery of you on that.
Oh, did he? I don't know.
Quite recently, in one of his videos.
Oh, really? Interesting. I'll have to see that video.
About the librarian. He mentioned the librarian. He was mocking you.
Oh, really? No. Well, dude, if you're from a small town, you want to know what's going on in town, you talk to the bartender at the local bar, local waitress, or you talk to the librarian. They all know. Okay. Anyway, so no fire on January 1st.
I think he's in the chat with a fake account called Crucify Whom.
He probably
if
is.
You notice, if you notice the comments, yeah, it's all, you know.
No, Kenny, you're free to comment. You're free to comment. I mean, you know,
you're free.
Yeah. Because Kenny Bomer has nothing to hide. Yeah. Anyway.
Apart from his hide itself.
Yeah, exactly. But no, so there's no fire, right? Okay. But there is a fire on January 12th, the day before he posted the GoFundMe page. And I thought that was real suspicious. And if I recall correctly, although I tried to get the information, but if I recall correctly, people died in that fire. But I could be wrong.
It happened on the 170. That fire, yeah. I researched. It happened on the 170. Even the fire chief. Not the fire chief. Excuse me. Even the police chief. Not the police chief. The guy who was on duty and answered the first time I called the fire department, the police department. Sorry, I'm correcting myself. Confirmed that there was a fire on the 170. Kenny Bomer used that piece of information which I provided in my video, and he used it as facts. Now, what kind of a dumbass would do that?
Exactly. Now, remember, so the date. He initially posts January 1st as the date of the fire in his GoFundMe page on January 13th. There is a fire that we know. There is a fire that happened at this residence on January 12th. Do we know if his wife and son and Marshall, for some reason, the now current husband, that is shocking. Marshall, okay, the now current husband, Marshall, who, by the way, lives in, where does he live? He lives in Portland? No, not Portland. He lives in,
I don't know.
Washington State.
He lives somewhere out there, yeah. So somehow he married Kenny's ex-wife. Okay, yeah, he married Kenny's ex-wife. Okay, in Texas. But anyway, okay, all right, okay. Pull that up there, Eric. Oh, by the way, Kenny said no, it was a typo. I made a typo.
It was a typo.
Yeah, over and over.
Sure, it was a typo.
Even though I was.
Then why is he deleting stuff from his Facebook?
I was soft confronting him over this for a couple of months. I was just mentioning it. Make it bigger. Look at that, dude. Look at that date, dude. You got this. This honestly right there. January 1st, he posts this on Facebook. What does it say? Scroll down. Let's read it.
Case closed.
My ex-wife and younger son's house just got burned down and they lost everything. At least they are safe. Alhamdulillah. When was that posted? January 1st. Boom.
Case closed, Kenny Bomer. Case closed. Now go and refund the people. Sorry for shouting, but I'm getting emotional.
Yeah,
go and refund everyone.
Give Chris his money back, dude.
Especially the Christians.
Give Chris his money back.
I stand for the haq. Haq means the right in Arabic. Okay, it's just an Arabic word. It's
Can I get a word in here, guys?
Sure.
Yeah, all I got to say about this fire thing, and then I'm going to shut my mouth for a little bit till near the end of the show. But if it is not true, Kenny, I would like my money back that I did donate to your GoFundMe, because as a Christian, I believe that if somebody's family is in trouble, then we should do what we can do to try to help them. Even Correct. If they're Muslim, even if they're atheist. Correct. I didn't know about his ex-wife and son, if they were Muslim or not, but I donated to help them. Not to Kenny, but to them. So if this did not happen, just send me my money back, Kenny. If it did happen, I'm glad they got the money. That's all I'm saying.
Chris,
Chris,
with all due respect, Chris, with all due respect, we have our differences, right? We might disagree until the day that we die about our religious beliefs, but
hey, Zayid, don't talk to me and don't mention my name. You stay on the show here. You talk to these two. You don't talk to me.
All right, you guys can work that out later, please. Please let's not digress.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
No,
but Chris, just to be clear, you donated like $10,000, right? Just to let you know, right? So
it was like 10 or 11, yeah, something like that.
Okay, yeah, all right, okay. But no, dude, that to me, I am shocked at that. So he posts on January 1st on Facebook, the same date that he put in his original GoFundMe page on January 13th, that his wife's house burnt down, or they were renting it, or whatever. Okay, and then all of a sudden it's now a typo. I'm sorry, Facebook posts don't lie, dude. You know, Kenny.
Bye, Kenny. Bye.
Kenny, sorry, dude. Yeah, and dude, and the Marshall thing. Oh, dude, yeah, we're gonna.
This is not even 1% of the evidence I have against him. Not even 1%.
Beholdergaurd, we got to get together because I'm going to tell you how this is going to play out, and you're going to laugh yourself silly if he does release what he's reporting as the fire report. Well, let's wait till he does, and then I'll show you where you're going to bust him in the line, dude. I mean, I will give you that. Just going on the record here. But we got more questions here, Eric. Continue on.
Okay, so you don't have the fire, but you don't have the fire report. Am I correct about that?
I have the first page.
You have the first page, and that's it.
Because that's what he showed.
Well, okay. So no, you didn't get it. You did not get it yourself. We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that, Eric. I will do that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. And
you know what else I have?
Just what?
Real estate agents.
I saw
whom
that.
I contacted.
Yeah.
Whom I contacted, and they confirmed. I got 2 calls and 1 email. Whom confirmed that this property is not for sale. The owner has been there since 2011. So what happened? What happened? Isn't that a mystery? Why would they say that?
Why they would say? Why? Because hold on a second.
You
called the real estate agent, and their agent said that the house is not for sale.
I contacted them on their website. 2 of them called me, and one of them contacted me from the same company. They contacted me through one of them contacted me through email. The other 2 called me, and I told them I'm interested in buying this house on purpose. I wanted information on the house.
Okay.
None of them said.
None of them said. This house is listed. Is that what you're saying?
15 for sale. 15. No. I told them that I'm interested in buying a house in the area on purpose because I wanted to get to the bottom of this. What's the address? 1562 County Road 173 TX. I can't remember the area code. TX 78 something. I can't remember. Now, you want me to continue with the timeline of what happened, or so? Kenny Bomer starts nagging me to go to make a second apology, but instead, I took time off of work to do a research on both of them. I make my video against Charles and Katarina. I mentioned Kenny Bomer's lie about the video that he never deleted, and his hypocrisy regarding the "I have nothing to do with it" rhetoric, yet he gets others to do his bidding for him. Now, Kenny Bomer gets furious. He starts to harass me and keeps calling me on Messenger. And at some point, I asked him to stop calling me because I was busy. He misinterprets my words. He always does that. See, that's a sickness. And it's as if I was suggesting, like, look, I work and you don't, which I never said and I never even implied. So at some point, he keeps harassing me. I tell him in a very nice way to buzz off. And he starts sending me this screenshot of his alleged income. And then he tells me that he's a way better man than me because he makes more money than me. So I respond and I started laughing and I was like, wait a second, yet you need donations for your water wells? And I put these smiling emojis and he goes, and I say, and I tell him epic fail, and he goes totally berserk. He starts sending me threats, death threats. And in the end, he kind of calms down in the second, these were voice messages, telling me that the least I would do to you, and I would take out my belt and slap you, and I'm your daddy, and I fed you, and stuff like that.
Can he said this in an email to you?
No. He sent voice messages, but then he realized his mistake.
By the way, do you have a screenshot of that company's name? I'm just kind of curious.
Which company? The one with the
company?
agents?
No, the company that Kenny sent you with the contract for his work.
He deleted that.
Okay, no problem.
I took a screenshot
on
my phone, and because I was only 50 meters away from my home, because I'm a freelancer and I work in the area, I ran home quickly and I took more screenshots. By the time I got home, he had deleted the voice messages, and he was starting to delete the messages from bottom down, and he had deleted. Unfortunately, he had deleted that that company thing, and it was a piece of. It was
That was me.
No. I think we're fine. It was a piece of a screenshot, and it seemed as if it was from Facebook. I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't confirm that because now it's gone. Of course, he deletes stuff because he knows that this stuff incriminates him. So I tell him, you need donations for your water wells. He goes totally crazy. A few minutes later, he starts deleting everything. I decide to expose him. I make my original video. He responds with lies and fabrications, images. He posted a 3-second video, no sound, no location, no confirmation, nothing, of a guy taking off his jacket. And it's just because it says Nixon on the fire truck. Is that proof?
Well, that's what I was kind of curious about, as to where did that screenshot or that video come from?
3-second video.
What's the origin of that video? Do you know? We don't know.
We're never going to find out. It's probably some random video which someone posted somewhere a long time ago. Who knows? On some kind of TikTok, or I don't know. But notice this. The video is taken from inside a car. So a 70-year-old is driving. Okay, that's not a problem. No sound. Only 3 seconds. No confirmation. No date. There's a date on the video, but the video is edited. When I contacted his son, because I was snooping around in every direction I could think of.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
when I contacted his son.
Okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
We were just going to say that's just like the wrong thing to do. And when we started,
I didn't know that his son was a minor, and plus he already. Wait a second. You said that your ex-wife and your son's house burned down, so you already included them in the entire situation by mentioning just that. Think about it for a second. And plus, I wanted information. I couldn't find I wanted to contact. I didn't want to contact his son initially. I wanted to contact his ex-wife, but I couldn't find her anywhere.
Yeah,
and Connie Trevino that I found, in order to get her information, I had to pay a whole lot of money to the special company, and I didn't want to do that.
Sure.
So, what surprised me?
Here's the point that I wanted to make. Just hold on a second. Here's the point that
Go ahead. I know what you're going to say.
I think we can all admit that we make mistakes as life goes on.
Sure.
And when we get involved in these discussions and we go back and listen, we know how heated these things can get and how much we want to make our points, and we go to almost any end to do that. But there has to be a line when it comes to family. And that,
sure.
And this is why I told you in that email, I said, look, dude, I just think you're crazy. And that's the reason why I think you're crazy, is because you don't get families involved.
Sure, but he already involved them. Think about it.
I agree. I can see where he did. I agree. I can understand your premise, your reasoning behind doing that. I just cannot agree with the methodology is all. So let's just get past this and just
in absolute fairness. I see what you're saying, but at the same time, I didn't know that he was a minor.
Okay.
If you notice, and this is genuine, towards the end of the conversation, I'm like, how old are you? How old are you? I didn't even know his age. Okay. So, point number one. And I want you to confirm what I'm about to say. We haven't discussed this before the show. If a total stranger contacts you on social media and says, "Hi Eric, how you doing?" and you've never heard this name before, doesn't remind you of anyone, no mutual friends, nothing, what's your first reaction, Eric? What are you going to say to that person?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't say it one more time because I'm trying to do two things here. I'm sorry.
If a total stranger out of the blue contacts you on Facebook and say, "Hi Eric, how you been?" and you don't know this person, you don't have any mutual friends, nothing. First time you see him or her in your life, what's your first reaction?
I think he's a psychopath. I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, to me,
Well, if you're a minor, if you're a minor, you'd be like, "Okay, who are you?" And I'm sorry, dude, no, okay, honestly, okay, no, this goes to a whole different thing. No, this goes to a whole different thing. I'm sorry, parents. Monitor your minor children's Facebook account. Make sure they're locked down so people like Beholdergaurd cannot contact them on the blue. I'm just saying, I mean,
I'm talking about in general.
One second here. All right.
I'm talking about in general. If a total stranger contacts another stranger on social media, what's that person's reaction going to be? And you don't know this person. Aren't you going to ask, "Who are you? Do I know you? Are we related?"
Okay, let me just address. Hold on, just a second. We'll get to that. Okay, I just want to address this thing that was posted in chat here. Yeah. Okay. So there's three things that would have to happen in order for that to happen, Imam. Three things. Number one, you'd have to turn your camera on, so I'd have to know it was you. Number two, you are going to address me by Dr. Eric Smith. You're going to show me the respect that you demand from every Christian on your show. And number three, you're going to make a full-throated apology for threatening my wife and me.
What? If he did what?
I just want him to know what my position is. If you're willing to do that, and the first words out of your mouth would be, "Dr. Smith, I'm sorry for threatening you and your wife," then maybe I'll think about it. Go ahead.
Wow. He has no limits, does he?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, so when a person contacts you out of the blue, the first reaction is, "Excuse me, do I know you?" Make sense? Make sense?
No. Oh, well, no. What you're saying is, if you have somebody call you out of the blue, you're not going to give them any type of personal information. That's just stupid.
Yeah, you're going to ask who they are. I mean, the first question is going to come out of your mouth. Says, "Excuse me, do I know you? Who are you?"
Right.
Etc.
Sure.
You're not going to say, "Oh yes, it happened, and this and that." You're gonna. This is done only. Psychology tells us this is done only if you are prepared to reply, and you know that this person is going to address you, is going to contact you. This is why I said he's manipulating his son, just as he manipulates everyone else. That's point number one. Point number two. Notice this. Kenny Bomer, in order to show his evidence in inverted commas, he edited the video which was allegedly sent to him by his son. When I asked his son for that video, since he responded, and I was like, "Oh, he responded right away. Okay, okay. I know where this is going. I know. They're all in on it." Why would his son, who supposedly has the original video, suddenly sends me the edited video, which was produced by his father a few days earlier? Why not the original? Could it be, I'm saying, could it be that possibly he got it from his father?
It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. When
if you shoot a video and you send it to me, you have the original, right, on your phone, and I make the video slightly better and edit it and put it on a video, okay?
Right.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Guys in chat are just. I love
this guy. That's a good one. That's a very good one. I have to admit, that's a good one.
All right. Okay, I got to interject in here. No, I got to interject in here. I'm sorry. I'm very uncomfortable. I'm sorry, dude. You was out of line. You was out of pocket. You was wrong for contacting his son. Now, you may say that you didn't know he was a minor to begin with. Okay, that's fine. And evidently, I don't know. if you did stop, no, again, you wanted to talk to his ex-wife, that's fine, okay, whatever. I'm just saying, the kid's a minor, you know, he don't have nothing to do with, no, I know, you're saying you didn't know that, okay, I'm going to believe you, okay, because honestly, if I do recall correctly, you kind of did end the kind of conversation, but you did go after him, and you did say, you did say some things, I'm sorry, I mean, you did say things like, that were very wrong, okay. And I gotta tell you, dude, I gotta come from the south side of Chicago, from the 22nd Street crew. No women, no kids. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just kind of the thing. It's just wrong, okay? But I think we should move on from that, because this is a sort of subject for everybody involved, and especially you also did publish pictures of Chris's kids. And went after him. And although you did delete that video,
I apologize to Chris for that.
Okay, well, make sure you give him a sincere apology, sir. But I think we can move on from there
okay.
to get to kind of a few things. Okay, so let's just recap here. Let's just recap. Okay, yep. So you joined Kenny's clique, okay? You get under the spell of Kenny Slam. That's what we call it, Kenny Slam, or Kennyism. Okay, and you'll come to realize that he's manipulative, that he will use you and others to attack other people, so he can say, "Oh, it's not me," right? Okay, all right. I mean, is that a fair and accurate description of Kenny? In other words, he uses other people on his channel to go out and attack other people. Okay, so he can say it's not me. Okay. Secondly, Kenny is for Kenny. Okay. In other words, when you said your thing, and see, this is the thing I find most funny. As you as a Greek, you as a Greek person, Greeks and Turks hate each other going back before Islam. Okay, it's kind of a cultural thing. Okay, I mean. Not hate, but a rivalry. You know what I mean? I mean, it's really bad. So you said something about the mispronunciation, that the Turks were giving a mispronunciation of Arabic words. And Charles, who is not stable, freaked the hell out. I mean, that tripped his switch. I mean, that just, oh my God, he's a racist, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Whatever. Okay?
We have a new word for stating facts. Now it's called racism.
No, that's, dude, you got a black man running against a white man in California for governor, and the white man calls the black man the black face of white supremacy, and the black man, Larry Elder, is the white supremacist. Go figure that, dude. Seriously, words have no meaning. I agree with you on that. Anyway, well, he just lost. Anyway, Larry Elder did, but anyway, I'm digressing here. Okay. So you. Well, no, hold on. Okay, so you go to Kenny, or Kenny has the confab, okay, whatever. He gets your side of the story. You tell him what you said, and Kenny says, "No, I don't find that racist. I think this is just a total misunderstanding, right? Everything's kosher, everything's halal, everything's cool, right? Between you and Kenny on the network." But then he gets with the mob, okay? Which is Charles and Katerina. I don't know anything about her. Katerina and the others. And you're like, no, he said racist things. And then they turn against you, and Kenny jumps in on that bad line. Is that correct? Is that the sequence of events, if I recall correctly? In other words, Kenny made nice, tried to ease things out, and then, all of a sudden, he sided with the mob, even though he said you didn't say racist things. Is that correct analogy, pretty much? Correct. How the order of things went down? Okay. Now your eyes are open to Kenny Slam. Okay. His manipulative stuff. Yeah. Dude, that's what he practices. Actually, Kenny, I know you're listening, right? You are the extremist that you warn. Kenny Bomer is the extremist that he warns everybody about. He really is.
If you don't agree with Kenny, he'll go after you.
Exactly. Well, not only that,
we tried to warn people about going on his channel, like Elizabeth Milan. She was going to go on the channel, and we reached out to her and said, look, every time somebody goes up on that channel, that's either a revert or an apostate from Islam. I mean, they go after you. You look at what they've done to this poor woman. Some of the nastiest things that people can say to another human being, they've done to her. Look at our brother Kelly Powers. They went after him. He went on their channel, and they go after him and start calling him a hate preacher and all these other things. So anybody that gets over there, makes any type of association, voices any type of disagreement, they're coming after you regardless.
Now, I will remind you too, here's another thing. Kenny accused you of being an apostate. Not just an apostate, but apostate and a traitor for coming on this show. And thank you for coming on the show.
Let's address that briefly again.
Well, hold on.
Just because I'm here wanting to present the timeline exactly as it happened doesn't mean that I suddenly left Islam and I joined, as his words, he went and he's joined the Islamophobes. These are his words, not mine.
Yep.
I'm clarifying.
Yep, he takfired you just like ISIS Muslims takfired other Muslims. No, he is the extremist.
Very good point, Robert. When you takfir your brother without any evidence, or your case is not valid, as we know in Islam, and the irony, it returns back to you. Islam says it.
That's the whole thing. If you look at Kenny, everything is returning to him. And he doesn't see it. But no. So he takfirs you. He calls you an apostate and a traitor to Islam. Okay, these are very specific words.
I didn't
betray anything. Then he took the video down. Then he takes the video down.
Then he takes the video down.
And then he takes the video down. You know why? Because I mentioned in that latest video, that the temporary video, because I don't want to mess up my, I've talked about it. I think I'm sure you must have watched it. I mentioned at some point, go to this point and see where the time jumps. It goes from, if I remember correctly, 11:55 or 11:53 to 12:01, and then it goes back to 11:53. He was cutting and pasting to make it seem as if the brother was saying something different. That's hypocrisy. And he is a hypocrite in certain aspects.
Well, I still can't.
I don't know if he's a hypocrite in general, but in certain things, he's a hypocrite. Do you understand the context?
Okay, well, no. Show some of these pictures. Wait. Remember, he's been a Muslim since he's been a teenager. Show some of these pictures that you shared with us, Eric, in the Christmas stuff. I mean, come on, dude. You know what I mean? This is what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Do it. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. This was public. Up until 2 days ago, this was public on his Facebook. And he started deleting it because he knows that I caught him, but it was too late. I already documented everything. Well, not everything.
He's such a pious Muslim. Look, okay, Muslim. Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me just say something.
Sure.
Let me just say something to the Muslims. Listen, you want to come on our show, you want to have heated discussion, dialogue, and debate. Okay, all right. That's fine, but you don't sit there and go after people's jobs. You don't go after people's kids. You don't want and you do with Chris. You gotta make good with Chris. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? No. It's not trying to. I'm just saying. Anyway, okay. But seriously, there are rules. There are things you do not cross. And look at Kenny has crossed this with Beholdergaurd. I mean, seriously, he is called. Dude, this is serious business. When a Muslim takfirs another Muslim, okay? Beholdergaurd says it will come back on you. Okay, yeah, that's kind of karma.
That's what the Sharia says.
Okay, but no, this is 100% serious. I'm sorry, Beholdergaurd. I don't think you understand the threat that he made to you. He actually threatened your life, dude. Okay? You're in Greece, so you know there are ISIS Muslims running around in Greece, right? Because they kind of that's the stuff I'll point when they're coming from Syria and stuff like that, right? I mean, I'm not saying Kenny runs with ISIS Muslims, but what if that video, he removed the video, but what if that video circulated? You know what I mean? Okay? Look at this. Oh, so here we go. But I'm just saying, Beholdergaurd, watch out, dude. Okay? I mean, I'm just saying. Look at this. This is November 2013. He's got all kinds of Christmas. Does that look like a pious Imam to you? Oh, he's out in Las Vegas with his ex-wife. Yeah.
He's gambling. Wow.
Look,
zoom what it says on the top right. On the top right. Go to the top right if you can. Go to the top right. Look what it says. Our headed gambling. He admits it.
Oh, he's gambling.
He's gambling.
In 2010, he's a pious Muslim Imam.
Over here.
This is the best. This is the best. No. This is the best. So, wait, stop. Let me break this down to you on the date. Well, no, because we got to go on the date. So he just gets out of jail. He's now divorced from his ex-wife, who tried to murder him. Told his son, his adult son, is now deceased. And Kenny, I really am sorry about the loss. Okay, I really am, and I'm not. That is a painful thing. But either way, according to Kenny, his his wife at the time, tells his sons, tells her daughter-in-law, yeah, my lover told me to get a shotgun and blow his head off. 2 days before she takes pot shots at Kenny, after Kenny breaks into the house. Kenny doesn't see the setup here. You know what I mean? But then he calls his son. He's like, hey, man, your mom just tried to kill me. And his son says, oh, yeah, Dad, I meant to tell you about this, but yeah, she was talking about buying a shotgun and blowing your head off. You don't think the son would call and say, hey, Dad, you might want to stay away from Mom because she's really pissed right now. She's talking about buying a shotgun on the advice of her now lover or blowing your head off. You might want to avoid that situation. I'm just saying, Kenny,
Robert, can I ask you a very quick question?
Moron.
Very quick question. In one of his latest videos, and he was talking about the sins, etc., and his past, he says that first she tried to shoot him, and then he allowed her to move in with him.
Yes.
What? Are you serious? If my wife tried to kill me, and then I told her to move in an RV in a crammed space, are you freaking kidding me?
No.
Oh, good. Wait. Apart from that. One
the sex can't be that good, dude. I'm just saying.
Suggested about the thing that he went and tried to kill that guy in his grandmother's home at 2:30 in the morning. I asked him in the private chat, why does it make sense? Because Kenny said that he's the guy he shot at him. So you're telling me that Kenny, look how ridiculous this is going to sound. So you're telling me that Kenny was passing by there. So the guy shot him. The guy, woke up at 2:30 for no reason, got up, took his gun, shot him, and Kenny ran away. And then Kenny was blamed. And he also shot at his tires to make it seem as if Kenny was the one who did the destruction of property. And you know what the guy told me, his crony? Maybe he was passing there by coincidence. Contradicted by the fact that he said he went there for what reason? To get his land mauler. Oh God! So that this guy is having sexual intercourse with your wife, and you go there to pick up the thing that loans them on.
Exactly. That's the thing that set him off. Not only that, but he says I had interactions with him a couple times. And he pulls a pistol on me. I'm like, dude, the dude pulls a pistol on you. You're driving 50 miles out of your way. You're breaking into his backyard to steal what is now his lawnmower. It's no longer yours. It's his lawnmower. Okay. Yeah. Either way, that's a civil dispute. Okay. In the middle of the night, and then you slash his tire. That is a bitch move, Kenny. That is a little sissy ass, little girl ass, little. You're big and tough, Kenny.
I'd like to add something to that. He also said that these papers were manipulated by the lawyers. Now, as far as I know, because I have people who are law enforcement, friends who are law enforcement, we all know that when an incident happens, the police comes, they document everything, and it makes their life hell, because they have to write down a whole load of crap on paper. We know this. and then it goes before the judges. So so what Kenny said, that the lawyers manipulated the evidence and they changed it, doesn't make sense, because the lawyers have no influence on what the police officers are writing. True or false?
Guys, I'll be right back.
Okay, sure. Robert, did you catch that?
Sorry, what was the question? What was the question?
Kenny Bomer said that what was written in the reports was manipulated by the lawyers. That's impossible, because first the police officers sit down after the incident and they document everything, and then much later it goes, all the paperwork goes before the judges. True or false?
No, yeah, that's true. In Eric, because he was in law enforcement.
So that's another lie, not lie exposed. With Kenny's multiple lies.
No, I'm sorry, Kenny. Your explanations for all this. Yeah,
for 1 minute without lying about this case.
Kenny claims, okay, that he passed the polygraph test, but the court records show that no. He only admitted he was dishonest because he failed the polygraph test. No, again, Kenny will keep up the con. I'm sorry, Muslims, if you are listening and you are associated with Kenny, okay, I'm sorry, dude. You want to stay away from this dude, okay, because he will throw you. Kenny is in it for Kenny, okay. Kenny will continue to lie. Kenny got Marshall. I got to contact Marshall again. Kenny got Marshall. Come on, he got Marshall to play the part of Connie.
I proved it. I proved it. Now I wouldn't be surprised if he goes and deletes that video, but it's too late.
Oh, we got it downloaded. We got it downloaded. So yeah, he can delete all he wants. Okay.
One of the points I want to add to, in order to continue the timeline. On the same day that he received this call, and where he coincidentally didn't mute his mic, his ex-wife says that she was going to the fire station. There is no sound whatsoever. Where we are on the street and we're driving, don't you hear cars honking, something, I don't know, a bus driving next to you, something, nothing, absolute silence. She says that she is on her way to the fire station, and approximately 2 minutes later, she forgot what she said, and then she said, I am at the fire station. So what, are you like a mini version of Flash?
Really?
You drive real fast? Yeah, notice that.
I didn't catch that.
I can give you. I am so critical, and I should be an analyst in catching criminals like Kenny Bomer. She said she's on her way to the fire station. There's no sound around her, total silence, which means that this is staged in a quiet area. These are the errors that these people make, and we catch them. And number two, a few minutes later, like maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, she says she's at the fire station. Yeah, sure, Kenny. Ain't gonna work. I'm sorry. Ain't gonna work. And I've already published some of this stuff. I've made it public. Another point. So I make more videos exposing his lies, but at that time I hadn't noticed that this guy who called was actually Marshall Gregory. And one of his affiliates, called People of the Book, Jamal Dasuki, he called me a hypocrite and said that I use, now look how ridiculous this is. Look how ridiculous. He says that I use the F word in all my videos, and that people should denounce me and report all my videos since, none of my videos are for dawah. Look what he said. None of my videos are for dawah. And Kenny Bomer said that the only dawah I ever did, look how ridiculous this is. This lie is so ridiculous and so easy to expose. Just go to my channel, go 2 years back, 5 years, 7 years, 8 years back, and see my videos. Kenny Bomer said that the only dawah that I ever did was when I was on his platform, which is utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. So he starts this Shura Council challenge, saying that he will produce a fire report, and coincidentally, he's gonna try to just get a famous personality, Sheikh Othman, Shabir Ali, Dr. Phillips, etc., etc. They should be on the shura. You know why he's doing this? Do you know why he's doing this? Because he wants the attention. He wants to bring a famous personality like these three that I mentioned, just for the attention. That's the whole reason. He's in it for the attention. Then the Tash incident happens. I decided to end the dispute because I had 10% doubt about my findings. 10%. So first, I deleted all my videos, but I kept a copy just in case this guy tries any funny business, because he's backstabbed for the past.
That's another thing. So Kenny kept saying that you keep posting new videos. I went and looked over your videos looking for more material.
In one of them, I mentioned the date, and in the other, it's obvious that it's an old video.
Okay, so all of you just reposted.
As I read in the chat, somewhere in the chat, he got busted again.
Right.
I don't. He says that this word is an Islamophobic word. That's ridiculous.
Anyway, so, I think we actually need to kind of end the show right there. Okay.
No, I want to ask a couple other things.
Sure.
To deal with your apology to Kenny. Now, you apologized to me this evening
4 times.
Saying 4 times what?
I apologize. I sincerely. These are the words that I used exactly.
Okay.
I said.
Okay, this is what. Okay,
word for word. I would like to make, and I was speaking loud and clear. I would like to make an honest, sincere, extensive, irrevocable apology. That's how I started. And when he asked me on what are you apologizing, I said about everything that I did. Do I have to go to specifics when I use the word all? It includes everything. He didn't like it. He didn't like it because he's like, oh, I'm not going to let this guy go that easy. And it wasn't easy for me to do because we also have our ego. But I say, okay, let my 10% win over the 90. But after he backstabbed me, now I'm 99% sure that he's all the things that I accused him of. I could be wrong. I'm leaving 1% for the benefit of the doubt. Speaking of apologies, if my brother in humanity never accepts my apology, I would understand that. What I did was horrible, but I sincerely apologize to Chris Claus too. And I did delete that video before we even went live. And I'm never going to do that ever again.
Okay. Well, why do you think that Kenny? Why do you think Kenny didn't accept your apology? If you're apologizing for
everything that you did,
and I get there's some things that that are just very difficult to forgive. But if you tell somebody, if you tell somebody, said, look, all he has to do is just come up on the channel, apologize for what he did, all will be forgiven, and we'll go right back to what we. And as a Christian, and this is why my heart just bleeds for Kenny, is because he does not have that love of Christ that we have, where we're commanded. If your brother apologized, and that apology is said in sincerity, we have to forgive. I mean, if you think of what God does for us, and I know we weren't going to get theological tonight, but
you want to know the irony?
Go ahead.
You want to know the irony? After that show finished, we went offline. We spoke about the things that transpired. He admitted that he accepts my apology as sincere. And less than 6 hours later, I was backstabbed. And
later, you were what?
6 hours. I was backstabbed. He posted that video, the condemnation of Zayid Karam, etc., etc. So I messaged him on Facebook. I'm like, "What's this? What's this?" I was shocked. Because I got a confirmation from him. But after I finish my seerah of the Prophet, if he still is going after me, I am going to release something very bad. Very bad. Okay? And he's going to regret the time and second that he met me. I guarantee that. Something very bad. Apart from the evidence that I showed today, And by the way, could you please show the photos of that house? I've organized them.
Yeah, just give me a second here.
Sure.
Let me address this. What my faith teaches me.
Mhm.
When somebody apologizes, we're supposed to, we go to them and and we forgive them. And the reason why we do that is because what Christ taught is that he said, look, think of how much you've sinned against God. Just think about that for just a second. Every day we sin against God, and we need we have no you have no recourse there against it. There's nothing we can do for his forgiveness. It is through his grace and his mercy that he provides us this forgiveness. And when you have another human being sin against you, and they make us, like you did with Kenny, and this is what just really bothers me about him, is that when you make a sincere apology for that, if you are brothers in your faith, if you make that many, and he still does not accept it.
4 times live and backstage.
But
offline, excuse me.
How can he expect God to forgive him? What type of hypocrisy is that? If you cannot forgive another human being, and I get it, the apology has to be sincere, and I'm not exactly sure how.
You wanted specifics.
Well, yeah. So
he wanted specific words just to humiliate me.
Okay, well, that's what I see him doing with it. It's just using it as a hammer to beat you about the head and shoulders with. All right, so you tell me what we're looking at here.
Look at the left part. You notice a tree?
Yeah. Okay.
The tree went to the magic, the Wizard of Oz, in the land of Oz. It disappeared. Did you guys notice that? There's no tree. This is a totally different. This is from his son's Facebook page. It's public. The tree is not there. The house is different, and you notice that thing in the background behind the car. What's that thing? The barrel. What is that?
I don't know.
Container.
Water, something. I don't know.
Yeah, and those trees are totally different than the previous. Go back to the previous photo.
I just closed it. I don't know which one that
is. Okay, no bad. No, but if you go back to the previous photo, those trees are totally different. That barrel thing, yeah, see, they're totally different. Look at the right. These are 3 different images. They have nothing to do with each other. Nothing. Are those the same trees, or am I what? Am I? Okay. Go to the next one, please. Yeah. Sorry, Kenny Bomer. That's not the same house. Ain't gonna work. Go to the next one, please. Again.
I don't know what we're looking at.
Okay, we can pass this. We can pass this. Now, there's a certain photo after this, if I remember correctly, which totally exposes him again. Notice this, please. Yeah, please zoom in on this. Zoom in on this. Do you notice that the windows, which are allegedly in front of the tree, where the tree is supposed to be, where there's the entrance of the house, are different? Please go to the next one.
Okay, explain what we're looking at here. I don't understand. You're saying what looks different?
Where the entrance is, if you notice
the entrance over
the windows,
here.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Where you yeah, the windows are different. The windows are different. Notice that.
Which window? Like this window right here is right here. This door right here is
on the wall.
Here.
On the wall. Look at the wall.
Okay, this window here is right here.
It's supposedly right there. What happened to the other one?
Well, it
disappeared.
We can't. Well, I would.
Okay, go to the next one. Sure. There's another photo where this is more clear. No, I think you're gonna have to go back. Go back. Sorry. Go back.
Boy. All right. Sorry, we got the Queen and I up there. Sorry. Let me go back.
Okay.
That is nice.
That's to be honest, that's a nice picture.
Yeah, that's right out. That's the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem.
I saw that.
It's like my favorite picture. All right, so I'm sorry.
Tovia Singer actually invited me to go to Israel. Okay, I think it's before these. I think you skipped it.
Okay, I don't see.
I don't go back.
I don't know how to. Let me see here. Okay, this
there
one.
Go from the beginning. Go from the beginning, from the first one.
Okay, beginning
There you
right there. Okay.
There we go. You see that the entrance is different? Do you see any small window? Zoom in. Do you see any small window at the entrance? And the tree is in a totally different position? You notice that?
I don't see it, to be honest with you.
You don't see it. Okay.
I'm trying to because the view that we had, let me see if I can find that. Okay, the view that we have right here is different from the view that we have right here. It's different. You can't see
even the tree is different.
Let me
the background is different. Those trees are different. Notice that. Those trees are different. And that whatever your container thing, which is behind the car, which on his son's Facebook, is not even there. And the trees are in a farther distance, and they are much, much lower. Notice that. Go to the photo, which his son posted on his Facebook, which is public. There. Now compare these two, the last two that you just showed. Compare them. You see, they're not the same. They are not the same. It's obvious. Something's fishy here. Now, whether a fire happened or didn't happen, I don't think it had anything to do with their home. And he just took the opportunity to make some fun money off GoFundMe. And I would strongly suggest that everyone would go ask for a refund. I would strongly suggest that. Okay.
Well, we will conclude it with that then. Do you have anything else that you would want to add?
Very quickly, I decided to re-upload my videos just so that they would be there against him. And then he made another lie that I made 7 new videos, which is not true. I decided to ignore him. He began the lifetime of the Prophet. So, people started texting me, asking me to go deal with him. And I told them that I'm in the middle of a series. A, I'm in the middle of a series. B, I will not go to that ridiculous council, which KB will only present forgeries, because I knew that his alleged fire report was forged. That's what I believe. He knows from many messages that I sent him via our mutual friends that I will never break my series, and I'm ignoring him altogether. So he decides to act all tough and make multiple videos challenging me, knowing that I will not respond. A few days later, he renews his pathetic videos by claiming something that he already knew from the past, that I had claimed in public weeks ago, that I will, although I actually said I'm going to make an epic video which will utterly and irrevocably destroy him. But he claimed that this threat came in today. That's pathetic. He continues to make silly videos where he exposes how childish he is, and he keeps harassing me via email. Now I've blocked him, and sending me his zombies to attack me via YouTube, Facebook, email, you name it. And on Monday, the 13th of September, 3 days ago, I decided that I had enough, so I made a temporary video warning him to stop or face the consequences. He responded within seconds and sending me that stupid thing about when my account got hacked and filthy images were sent out. I lost 4,125 friends. The person who did that contacted me again, telling me, see what I did to you? I told you I had your password. And then I discovered via Avast.
I saw the password hack.
My password hack, that my account,
right.
My account's password was leaked on 13 websites. 13. But of course, until they reached me, it took them years, because they had the passwords for hundreds of thousands of users, maybe even millions, who knows? So people, I recommend this to everyone, regardless of our differences. Go to Avast, check to see if your password has leaked for your account, and go change your passwords if it has. And check your computer for adware, malware, etc., etc. This is a piece of advice for everyone, regardless of who you are, where in the world you are, etc., etc.
Well, Rad makes us do that because he's like this paranoid tech guy. So he makes us do that anyway. Yeah, which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing.
Sometimes you can just be a little too crazy.
Before we forget, I am British. Because he also made fun of my accent.
I don't know why you Brits brag about that. I honestly don't.
No. I have the European mentality, not the British mentality. But the reason why I'm showing this is because he made fun of my British accent, which is my original accent. I'm using the American accent out of respect for all of you, because I told you how I work. When I'm sitting with Americans, I use the American accent. When I'm sitting with British, I use the British accent, which you can hear right now. Anyway, returning back to what I was saying. He made fun of my accent. He death threatened me, and he made fun of my job.
He made fun of your what?
He made fun of my job.
Yeah,
he said I make $23,744 United States dollar per month, while
he doesn't. He gets contracted, and they pay him a lot for a couple weeks of work, and that's it. And I think he only works probably 2 to 3 months out of the year. No, that is completely untrue.
And we're concerned about that too, about the stability of this guy.
He made fun of my job. That was one of the reasons why I started researching.
And you just don't do that. You know, what do you do, Zayid?
And he said, I am a better man than you because I make way more money than you. I send you those photos.
You know, one of the best.
Could you show those, please? Could you show that, please, very quickly? If that's okay.
I didn't see him. Let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best panelists that comes onto this show is Steve Mashney. I don't know if you don't know who this guy is.
No, I never heard of the name
before. He's Palestinian. He's Christian, and he goes out and he does a lot of proselytizing. Just a super nice guy, and his job he doesn't make any bones. He delivers pizza. And, you know, it doesn't matter when we start talking about, you know, somebody's worth as a human being. It doesn't matter what the heck your job is, dude. What matter or how much money you make. It's your character. And doesn't he always say something about the content or the character of somebody?
Oh yeah.
Something.
KB.
Screw you. If you're going to judge somebody by the type of employment that they have,
in order to bury KB. Using his own words, this is what he says: the consistency of a man defines who or what he is. Isn't that what he says, Radical? Isn't that what he says? The consistency of a man defines who he is. Well, when you are consistently lying and attacking and bullying people, then what are you? You are a liar, a manipulator, and a bully.
Yeah, he's a hustler.
Let me answer this question up on the screen. They want pictures to the house. Is it okay if I put these pictures out on my Facebook page so these people can look at them?
Sure.
Okay. I don't want to be.
He made them public. Look, he made them public on his videos anyway.
I want to comment on that, Zayid. Okay. Look. Okay. So the camera angles in the tree, okay. It could just be different angles, etc. Okay, but no, I do get your point.
You can't hide it. It's a huge tree.
I'm thinking honestly that there was a fire at that address. Just because there was a fire at that address on January 12th doesn't mean. Yeah. In other words, you know what I mean. He started to set up the scam back on January 1st. Okay, and then got.
He was preparing us.
Exactly.
You saw the post.
No, dude. That's a typical. That's what I'm saying. Kenny is a con artist. That's a typical. It's called NPL.
That's case closed. Right there. That's case closed.
Dude, it's called NPL. Okay. I forgot what NPL stands for, but that's what it is. You give a little bit of breadcrumbs. You put the idea in the mind. And then all of a sudden, he finds something to match the story. No, seriously, okay, what I'm saying is this. I actually believe that there was a fire at that location, okay? All right? But that doesn't mean that his wife and child, okay, were in that house. Secondly, okay, what was the cause of said fire? Okay? I mean, were they cooking up meth? I'm not saying they're meth heads, but, if Marshall did marry his ex-wife, I'm just saying... I would go with the meth head. Okay, they were cooking up meth.
So Rad, let me ask you a question. Okay, so when Zayid played that audio of that phone call, are we going to be able to take that audio that he played?
Possibly, yeah.
I can send it to you.
Okay.
I'll try and see how I can download it and send it to you.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'd
Yeah.
like to get a comparison of that. Marshall married Nim. I tell you, Nim is one of the most misbehaved people in the chat all the time, and she's. Anyway, okay, so we're going to close the show up with that. Chris has said that he wants to come up on mic before we leave, so I'm going to give the mic to Chris so we can show, and then we're going to close in prayer. And the reason why I had to go, folks, is because I got a really. Anyway, I'll explain it.
Yeah,
after
it's
Chris
been almost
starts.
2 hours. I get that.
All right, so now me and you can talk now, Zayid.
Okay, fair enough.
You said that you didn't know that Kenny's son was 17, or you wouldn't have did what you did. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I know where you're going with this, Chris. And the reason why I made that video.
No.
Let me explain. The reason why I made that video was to prove a point.
Zayid, why did you put the faces of my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old on as a thumbnail for your video? You knew how old they were when you put their pictures on for that thumbnail of the video. Why?
Honestly, Chris, I apologize to you once again, and I hope that you
I
can
didn't
forgive
ask
me.
for an apology, Zayid.
Okay.
I asked why you put a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old on for a thumbnail for a video about me.
I told you because I was mad at you. No, actually, I'm telling you now.
You're
because
okay. So you are okay with putting people's kids involved in it when you are mad at them, no matter their age, because you knew they were 4- and 6-year-old by the pictures. Isn't that true?
I told you the reason why I did it. I apologize to you.
So you're willing to put kids in it at 4 and 6 years old.
Chris, what
that
you like to do,
disgusting.
Chris, what you like to do is that you keep pressing the point, even though the person has already replied to you. And
I don't care if
to
you
be
replied.
honest,
You used my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old sons as a thumbnail for a video because you're not man enough to actually refute me personally.
To be honest, Chris, I already apologized
You're not
to you.
honest. You're a disgusting individual. Point blank. I was adamantly furious about you being on here because of what you did to me and my children. Not even to me, to my children, using them as a thumbnail and laughing, and then you called them bastards on the video. And you're okay with calling my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old bastards, and then trying to call me not a Christian and using their pictures as a thumbnail for your oh so wonderful video that you wanted to put on YouTube so that up to in millions of people, I'm not saying that your videos will get millions of views, but it could have possibly went out to millions and millions of people. Did you not care about that?
And answering the chat, yes, I did. I removed it before I even entered the stream.
Whoa! I don't care when you removed it. How long was that video up, Zayid?
Chris, I just posted a comment by Danny is all. That's what he was answering.
Okay. Zayid, how long was that video on your channel?
Long enough.
About a year?
I don't know. I deleted it. No, it wasn't a year.
Because it was just after me and you debated on Kenny's channel.
No, it was not. It was a bit later.
That maybe a month after that, but it was roughly about a year ago that you did this. So that video was up for almost a year. My 4-year-old and 6-year-old's pictures as a thumbnail, and you calling them bastards on a video. But because you want to come on this show, you're like, I'll delete it today.
Here's the point.
You are a disgusting
don't talk to me ever again.
And I pray that God saves your soul because you need it. I will forgive you for what you've done to me, and I want nothing to do with you ever again.
Good.
Have a good day, guys.
I wish Kenny would have done the same as you. I hope he heard that.
Okay, well, Kenny is in the back room, or here. Oh, hold on, I got this is all back assward. And Chris, we appreciate the, sometimes we have righteous anger, and we do, and I completely get it, especially when it comes to our children, and I completely understand this.
Yeah.
Okay, so what he says, on September 25th, he will be able to speak all he wants, whatever.
Ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna be. I'm telling you from now. I'm not gonna be there. I'm telling you from now. I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And look
It's
what
my
he says
choice.
here. I'm going to prove the fire happened, and based on, and Zayid, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think those pictures demonstrate that the fire did not happen, or this is a different location. I don't think that they're conclusive enough, because when we start looking at the necessity for the weight of evidence for somebody to be convicted of a crime in the United States, it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt. Not a doubt, but a reasonable doubt. And I don't think that those pictures meet that standard. However, just in your defense here, when you start talking about civil trials, and the imam's going to be very familiar with what a civil trial looks like, I promise you. But in civil trials, the only thing that you have to do is demonstrate through the preponderance of the evidence, the totality of the evidence, that it just might be over 51% of the evidence demonstrates that a fire did not happen at this residence. And that, I think, tonight was pretty conclusive, especially with that damning screenshot the imam posted on January 1st, asking for people to, pray for his and everybody wants to pray.
He hadn't made the GoFundMe yet.
Yeah, he hadn't made it yet, but yet he's saying a week and a half before the fire happens that that they were involved in a fire. Well,
almost 2 weeks.
Yeah,
almost 2 weeks.
The 12th.
I just remembered something real quick. This is not the first time that Kenny Bomer posts a GoFundMe. He did that with some other person that died in order to raise more money. Could have been another scam. Who knows? I send you the photo.
Okay.
It's from the past.
Right.
It's in the folder that says past.
Like I said at the outset of the show, and as I've mentioned before, all of this about the fire really is not what concerns me. What concerns me is a pattern of conduct that we've seen from this guy. And, what does my heart good is to, when he keeps threatening to come get me fired from a job that he thinks I'm still, it doesn't matter. When he comes to get me fired from a job that I retired from. And, oh, by the way, CARE has demonstrated that I haven't retired in the state of piss off. All right,
exactly.
That's all I got to say.
Exactly. Just piss off.
Okay.
And I'm in Greece, dude. You can't do anything to me. Have fun, Kenny Bomer. Have fun. Right, yeah. You're going mental because I have exposed you to the public. You didn't expect that, did you?
And we appreciate
bullying,
you.
Lying, scamming piece of. I'm not going to say it.
Good.
That's what you are, Kenny Bomer.
It's kind of a Christian-oriented show, and we appreciate that. Okay, so folks, I just want to ask everybody to do something. This is hard. Okay.
No. Let me answer this comment that he wrote right now. No. You are lucky, Kenny Bomer, that we don't live in the same continent. You're lucky. Okay? You are lucky. I'm telling you that. I am more man than you. Okay? And by the way, no, I'm not going to say that because it's going to give away a secret. No, okay. I'm not. Right. I'm not.
All right. What I want everybody to do is, I have a friend, a good friend. Okay, I got a text tonight from.
Did you know this?
Okay, just hold on. Okay, I got this. All right, I have a good friend who's on life support tonight. He's got COVID, and the text said that he's probably going to die this evening. And I called the wife, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
His name's Jim. His name's Jim. And if you could all...
Sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. You're not okay, man.
So if you could all off. Oh my God. All right.
Okay, man, get off. Go
okay.
Fred.
No, it's okay. So all I'm asking is everybody just offer up a prayer for Jim, his family. Okay. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate everybody in chat. God bless you. And we'll see Sunday, crossing the crescent. We'll see you then.